This is our first lesson in our Graphing Linear Inequalities unit. Below you see some standards directly correlated to the Common Core standards. They talk about understanding how to graph an inequality and being able to interpret expressions that represent quantities. Our objective for today, so this is something you're filling out on your notes, is to understand how to graph a linear inequality on a coordinate plane. So remember, we're dealing with inequalities, which are less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So here we have our first example, and this is something you're just going to follow along with on your guided notes. We're going to graph the inequality exactly as we would if it were an equation. So we graph our positive 1 because that's our intercept, and our slope is 3. So I'm going to graph on positive 1, and I'm going to go up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1, and I can also go down 1, 2, 3 over 1 as well, and down 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1. Okay? What's different about inequalities is that the line we draw is different depending on the inequality symbol. We use a dotted line for less than or greater than, and we use a solid line if we see less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. So I see a less than symbol, so I'm going to choose a dotted line. And of course we would do this very neatly as we go through, but here is my dotted line. We would definitely use a ruler, you guys know that by now. And here's my line, I'll label it y is less than 3x plus 1. Here's something else that's different. In a linear inequality, we don't just have one solution, there are many solutions that would satisfy this inequality. So I'm going to pick a coordinate and I'm going to test for the solution. Usually we pick the origin or 0, 0, as long as it is not on the line that we've plotted. So I'm going to pick 0, 0, and I'm going to substitute it into the equation, and that is going to tell me where the rest of my solutions will lie. We know that some solutions lie on the line that we plotted. Other solutions can lie other places in the coordinate grid. So here, instead of y is less than 3, we'll take y is less than 3x plus 1, but I'm going to substitute 0, 0 into there. So 0 less than 3 times 0 plus 1 is 0 less than what we get here. Well, 3 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. Is 0 less than 1? Of course it is. So since 0, 0 is in the solution set, I'm going to shade towards 0, 0. So I'm going to shade towards 0, 0. And notice I'm just taking my pen and I'm drawing lines to show that I'm shading. And maybe I'll even label this with an S to show that it's the solution set, which is something that you should do on your notes. And that's it. So we picked a point and we tested, this was our test for the solution set, and that helped us figure out where we would shade it. If this piece right here didn't come out to a true statement, we would shade away from the origin. So if this said something like 0 is less than negative 4, that's not true. So I would shade away from 0, 0. But of course that wasn't the case, so we're going to get rid of him. Here's our next example. This is started on your guided notes, just like it is here. There are plotted points here. So what I'd like you to do right now is I would like you to take a look at the example from before. You can pause, rewind, or you can just take a look at the steps that are written here for you. And I'd like you to pause the video and I would like you to try this on your own. So you're going to graph it, follow the steps here. So please push pause now. Okay, so you should have pushed pause already. If you didn't, please be warned that the solution is going to show up and you need to have this tomorrow for class. So this is the correct time where you should have had done the work already and now you're checking your work. So here I have y is greater than or equal to 2x plus 4, and since it is a greater than or equal to sign, I'm going to use a solid line as if I was just drawing a regular graph. So there's my line. I'll label y greater than or equal to 2x plus 4. Now comes the tricky part. I'm going to take 0, 0, since 0, 0 is not on my line, and I'm going to substitute it into the equation for x and y. So is 0 greater than or equal to 2 times 0 plus 4? Is 0 greater than or equal to 4? No, that's false. So here is my origin right there. There's 0, 0. I'm going to shade away from it. I don't want to include it in my solution set. Here is the DYGI, the did you get it example. I would like you to graph the inequality y is less than x plus 5. The solution will not be posted in this video, but it will be posted tomorrow on the smartboard as soon as you come into the classroom. So have your notes ready, have the example done to the best of your ability, and we'll check it tomorrow. Have a good one.